sit and for a while just know that you're sitting. This is one of the instruction actually in the Satipatthana Sutta for Foundations of Mindfulness. You just know that body is there for mindfulness of the body. So you can close your eyes and by not setting any goal, just knowing that there is a body, awareness of the full body sitting. Just that. Body sitting and knowing about the body sitting. Then you will start to notice some sounds arising, thoughts arising, sensations arising and fading away, and also some pleasant and unpleasant or in between feelings, sensations, vedana, feeling tone. But stay just with for a moment with knowing that body. Just as simple as that. Of course, there is activity of the mind, activity of the body, activities. Mental formations will occur. They might bring you way into imagination. Then at some point, the mind will realize, okay, mindfulness of the body, knowing that the body is sitting. Something proeminent might emerge, like the breath can become very obvious then, or a pain calling for your attention. And just expand back to the knowing of the whole body sitting. All right, and when you are ready, you can open your eyes again. This was a very short illustration of the kind of short meditation, very simple meditation that you can apply anytime. Knowing the body, then you will start to see more and more activities going on through the six senses, including so the mind, the thinking. And we don't have to make it more complicated than that at the beginning, or when we are very nervous, not concentrated due to our day at work with our relatives, with the kids. We make it very simple. And this simplicity, let's say, these very simple instructions, we then try to carry that away when when we rise up and away from the cushion. It doesn't have to be a complicated instruction. It doesn't have to be very elaborate technique. In order to gain some kind of momentum, then we stick to simplicity. And in mindfulness of the body, sticking to simplicity is just, all right, what you've just done while sitting. Being with the body, observing the body, even if it doesn't have, how do I do that? How do I observe the body? So, all right, mind activity. Body, feeling the body, observing the body. I don't even now know how to describe it to you. Either it can be following, feeling the tactile sensations, boundaries of the body. It can be also mind image of the body. And what I want to say is that once this sitting, 5 minutes observing the body, maybe the mind is running, okay. Then continue. The instructions are very simple. What you did while sitting, when you stand up, you continue. Oh, one leg is moving, the other leg is moving. I have a numb foot feeling, right? Then standing, 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 right? And observe what it is for the body to sit. Sitting, 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 crossing legs, crossing legs, crossing legs. Do not forget the arms, right? Extending the arms, being mindful, observing what it is to extend one arm away, to bring the arm back. When you turn the head to watch something, you know that you're turning the head. This is the instruction of the Buddha. All right. When he turns the head left, right, up, down, he knows that he turns the head. left, right, down, up, down, or looking forward. When you turn the head, you are with your head. You know that you're turning the head. It looks simple. But when the mind, there is lots of mental formations, like when we are thinking about what we have to do tomorrow and that we have to prepare and control and modify and meet with and all the tasks we have to do. The attention is on the content of those thoughts. And therefore, when the body moves, we are not aware of what the body does unless we have a strong unpleasant feeling or a strong pleasant feeling through the senses. So we resolve, we bring interest in what it is to just watch the body move. Mindfulness of the body. It goes away. It's different than I need to sit and to be tranquil and serene because I do meditation, right? Meditation is also turning head, knowing that I turn head. Turning head, knowing that I turn head. Lifting arm, knowing that arm is lifted. Extending leg, knowing that leg is extended. You can tell me, okay, but it looks so boring. How long do I have to do that? Well, as long as... Just give it a try. Give it a try for as long as possible. And you will see. Then you will start to... I don't know. I won't tell you what you will observe and how it will change. You can discover for yourself, but something will change. Some things will actually fade away and other kind of qualities, factors will actually rise. You'll start to learn, okay, this is how I feel when there is this mindfulness that is brought into daily life, and this is what happens when there is no mindfulness. Because we can think that meditation is very difficult in daily life. Of course, when you have 30 minutes to dedicate to meditation and you sit and just your mind is just all over the place and you have 2 minutes of mindfulness, I agree with you. Then 5 days of this diet and then you give up. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Meditation doesn't work with me. I'm not made for meditation. All right. But we need to cook. We need to cook. And one needs to train our attention when we are away from the cushion. And you will see that the formal sitting meditation then will improve drastically. And because, it kind of requires effort to just be mindful. We have, okay, so we have 4 limbs. All right, 4 limbs, right? 1 head that goes like this. Oh, it can go like this. 2, right? And we have to be mindful of those 5, and maybe some kind of rotations like this. And it's apply this and see how it goes. But of course, I will not get anything from that, or it looks very boring, or it doesn't look very exciting, and so somehow we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that because we want the pleasant feeling. We want to do something that will bring us pleasure. So this is craving for sensual pleasures, which is an hindrance for meditation. Okay, I did say that in the beginning. One of the 5 hindrances, sensual pleasures. All right. But when mindfulness is developed and cultivated, and also then on the cushion, actually the pleasure that you can feel in the body due to the seclusion from the world, due to bringing back the attention in, will actually be it will overcome the sensual pleasures that you can get from what you are used to do just by sitting. Inner joy, contentment, and a very light and pleasurable body. And this actually, the Buddha realized for himself that in order to really, one has to have something more, say, wholesome activity that could counteract the sensual pleasures, the mundane, worldly sensual pleasures. And this is the pleasure, the good feelings that are born from concentration. And through observing, all right, the movement being in the body over and over again, then concentration will arise, energy will arise, faith in the practice will arise, inner joy will arise. And somehow, because we are in this kind of mindset, we say, oh, it's worth it it's worth it applying a bit of effort at the beginning to look at what seems to be very uninteresting, not interesting. And you will see that, all right, at the beginning, just by, so you will try to be, okay, I will try what Miriam is saying. It looks weird, but okay, I will try. I'm joking, but. And you will see that maybe at the beginning it doesn't work well, or you expect something and it doesn't change much because you lose the mindfulness. You will realize that then you start noticing being in the body, and after 2 minutes you're already planning something else and imagining in the mind the conversations you had during the day, or the conversation you might be with this person or this person. And then realize, oh, the body has moved from one room from the other without me even noticing. Okay, coming back. And depending on the quality of the nature or the content of the thoughts, you will be either happy or unhappy. So there will be pleasant feeling or unpleasant feelings regarding to those thoughts who drove you away. So we say, okay, it didn't work that well. All right. So this is when say, okay, maybe I do have to do it a bit more continuously. Keeping in mind, mindfulness is keeping in mind or remembering. You have to remember. Oh yeah, I have to remember body. So this remembering will come back, I don't know, maybe every 10 minutes at the beginning. And then, oh yeah, mindfulness of the body every 5 minutes. Because you will notice that being mindful, there is something that it's not there. It's something that the restlessness, agitation of the mind won't be there. So you will notice very easily when you're mindful, because it feels different. And then you say, okay, I will to apply a little bit more continuously until I'm going very slow, but until every second, every tenth of second, you're following your hand, you're following your body, you're following the leg, you're following the foot and the entire body. Because when you do that, there is almost no way for the mind to actually produce this proliferation mental activity, because it's on the arm moving, right? The attention is on the arm moving. So it can be quite localized or the entire body moving towards, right? So then the gap between the thoughts will increase. If the mindfulness is developed in such a way that that you are following what the body is doing without judgment, then the thoughts might be wispy, kind of in the background, and it's like they won't take the space, like they are just big and filling the room and making you forget about the body. And in the Satipatthana Sutta, in the introduction, if you read it, the Buddha says that mindfulness is the only way, or there is different translation that can be mindfulness is the way to convergence. Mindfulness is the direct way, meaning that there is only one way that leads to liberation. Mindfulness is the only way. And mindfulness of the body has to be developed while sitting, while moving, while standing, while lying down. Sitting, standing, walking, lying down. I hear quite often, I don't have much time. I don't have much time for meditation, mindfulness. You know, kids, job, taking care of parents, volunteering, or all right, those are how we see our time in our mind. And we say, okay, I don't have much time to develop this kind of attention, this kind of mindfulness, you know. Would be better if I go to intensive retreat, to go and live in the wood all by myself. All right. But if you are really, so if you are erasing the kind of idea you have about the time you spend, you will realize that for many, many activities in the day, you are alone, and you can be mindful. It starts with in the bed, right? Woke up, feeling the body, lying down. Say, observe lying down, body lying down. You can even stay for 3 minutes lying down in the morning in the bed. Body lying down, just that. And it's 3 minutes of mindfulness. Then sitting on the bed. Then standing out of the bed. Then you observe walking. I don't know, you go to the restroom, right? You are all alone. 5 minutes of mindfulness. Then when you are in the restroom, mindfulness, body sitting, body sitting. Some activities occurring. If you have to reach something, washing the hands, right? Washing the hands. Mindfulness of the body. All right, already 10 minutes of mindfulness. Mindfulness can go on during eating. When you go to later when you put clothes on, you can slow down your activity. You slow down. Because if you're later, you can go faster, but right. You're closing. Body is moving. Observe body is moving, right? Mindfulness. I don't know how much time you spend just putting clothes onto yourself, removing clothes. Mindfulness of the body. Eating breakfast, mindfulness of the body. Putting makeup on, mindfulness of the body. Walking to the car, to the garage, to the parking lot, mindfulness of the body. Driving, mindfulness of the body. Walking to your office, mindfulness of the body. Opening the door, mindfulness of the body. Might be more difficult when there is the relationship field open, when you have to talk. All right? To people or to think. When you write an email, mindfulness of the body. When you pick up the phone, mindfulness of the body. Let me think about what else. It's very, I would say that everything can be mindfulness of the body, then it looks like the kind of condition or how it looks like around it. It doesn't really matter. Of course, when you talk to your kids, it matters. But for example, I don't know, even if you help them doing something, you can still be mindful. You have to be present for your kids, of course. Right? Do not just withdraw completely. It's not what I'm saying. When you go to the grocery store and pick some things, you can be very mindful. I don't know how you call it this in English, the trolley, maybe, the cart, where you put your grocery in. Okay. Very, very convenient for mindfulness of the body. You see, I'm just taking 20, 30 minutes to say very simple things. You don't have to pay a fortune to practice. You do not have to depend on someone else. It's always available in whatever you do. You go to the doctor, of course, maybe worry, but while sitting. Then, of course, the mind will bring some ideas and proliferation. Okay, mindfulness of the body. While showering, Mindfulness, the body. Lots of time possible for practice. And I was reading one sutta this morning. Don't remember the title, but this was the Buddha was giving a talk to his nephew, if I remember. And in the background, there was Venerable Sariputta, one of the chief disciples, very proeminent disciple of the Buddha. And he was actually fanning the Buddha while the Buddha was giving that talk. So, mindfulness of the body, even for Venerable Sariputta. And the Buddha said something, Dharma, and while he was aware, fully mindful of what he was doing, he actually reflected upon what the Buddha was saying. We can sum this up saying that he was doing insight practice, but insight practice was just recognizing the impermanence of every phenomena of things, right? And he reached arahantship at that moment. Of course, he had done lots of sitting practice, lots of tranquility. But you never know what this moment of simplicity, just fanning, and a simple reflection of the impermanence of things, everything that arises fades away inevitably. Then, all right, insight. That was Tuesday's talk. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me, to write a comment, write a direct message. I would be pleased to answer. I would also say that the more it was short, okay, I want just a thought coming back, is that the practice will not change. The practice will not change over time. It will, you might refine the perceptions, but overall, until full enlightenment and even afterwards, it still will be mindfulness of the body. Very simple, always available. You just have to remember. Make it a try. Make it a try, 24 hours, 1 week. Of course, you will slow down a little bit, and you will have to abandon things maybe. You will realize that certain activities are incompatible with this kind of training of attention, then you will slowly realize, okay, I cannot do that. Mindfulness, I cannot practice mindfulness while doing that. So have a try and then look at the benefits for yourself. Yeah. Now I close the session. Put your hand in front of your heart mindfully. Feel your palms. Feel your hands. Feel your entire body with the palms in front of the heart. And when you bow, you keep your mindfulness in the body while bowing at every moment into your body while bending down. You know that you are bending down while coming up. You know that you are coming up. When you open your eyes, you know that you're opening your eyes. And when you release your hands, you know that you're moving your hands. All right, thank you.